the modern woman is going to become Britney Spears. So I think we've seen for a couple of generations just how too much attention can really destroy a woman. I mean, when you look at child Disney stars, even a man or a woman, it really can negatively affect. We saw Justin Bieber go through a lot of challenges when he became really famous as a child. We saw That's So Raven. I think it was 2 people from that cast kind of went off the deep end. And you see Sabrina Carpenter, you know, she was a Disney star. Now she's taking her clothes off on stage. And one of the OG original child stars to go absolutely insane was Britney Spears. So when I was growing up, Britney Spears was on the radio. She was young, beautiful, famous. And I still remember being a kid and hearing about Britney Spears getting a bunch of tattoos and shaving her head when she was young. This was on the front page of pretty much every tabloid.
Back up. Back up, please. Sure. Back up, please. 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 What's wrong, Britney?
Your leg's bloody.
Easy. Make a hole. Back all the way up, guys. Come on, guys. Back up, guys. Back up, guys. Back up, please. Sure. Back up, please. Back up, please. Back up, please. Back up, please. Back up, please.
Paparazzi aren't really as common anymore because there are smartphones everywhere. And when someone becomes TikTok famous, YouTube famous, Instagram famous, they become this overnight. The barrier to entry to this level of attention is much lower.
Britney, how about the hijab is new? Is
it close?
It's true about the hijab, Britney.
I love you, Britney. All these guys are jackasses. Oh, yeah.
So now we're gonna beat your ass, homie. Chris, what happened to the hair?
I don't know.
It's gone on the floor, huh? Come on. We all saw that. Yeah. Wow.
Getting in the back, Ben.
Oh, sorry.
Britney!
Why she's gonna drive? All right, guys, that's good.
Yeah, I remember this picture here was all over the papers.
Look out, guys. Give it room.
Then she continues and she goes and gets a tattoo. Okay, you guys get the idea. So not only that, she shaves her head, then she also loses custody of her kids. Now, as you guys know, generally custody tends to go to mothers. We have doctrines like the tender years doctrine, meaning which automatically assumes that kids under a certain age are better with mothers. There's no evidence that supports that, but there are certain states that is law. On top of that, women get custody 90% of the time. So your chance of getting custody is like close to none. And she was so insane, right, that she actually lost custody and visitation of her kids.
And then you just go and you say,
you all better start respecting me. Are we clear?
Yeah.
Britney Spears' ex-husband Kevin Federline is sharing his receipts, posting videos of her arguing with their 2 sons, Jaden James and Sean Preston.
You all need to start treating me like a woman with worth. I am a woman, okay? Be nice to me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The former dancer shared 2 old videos on Instagram Wednesday night. The first featuring Britt having a word with the boys at her home.
This is my house. If I want to come in here and give you lotion for your face because it is coarse, and all you tell me, no, it's fine. No, it's not fine. You all better.
Now, this doesn't sound like a sane woman, right? So she loses custody of her kids, and then she gets placed under a conservatorship. So essentially, her parents get to make decisions for her, even though she's an adult. This became a national movement. Everybody felt like poor Britney was under this terrible conservatorship, and there was a whole movement to basically free Britney. They were saying that, and you know, Britney came out and supported this movement. And she also said she wanted her freedom. She said she couldn't have kids. She had an IUD in against her will. She basically could make no decisions in her life. And now to the general public, they might think that, I mean, that's reasonable. She's a 40-year-old woman. Shouldn't she be allowed to make her own decisions? But the way I think is, how crazy do you have to be to go under a conservatorship in California? So Britney ends up getting freed, right?
This is a story about how Britney Spears fans started a movement to fight for her freedom.
The Free Britney movement. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm very keen on freedom.
For as long as she's been in the spotlight, every part of her life has been under intense media scrutiny, with paparazzis following her every move.
People talk about my private life. I know that as a celebrity, that's what goes along with what you do. I just say it's none of your business.
But on top of that, for over a decade, Britney Spears has had zero control in her life. And while she's rarely spoken about it publicly, her fans have become increasingly concerned for her well-being.
We all know there's something going on with Britney.
And they believe there are signs of distress hidden in her social media posts. But let's rewind. 14 years ago, in 2007, Britney infamously shaves her head, and the paparazzi are there to capture it. Rather than considering the state of her mental health, the media creates a frenzy around her, calling the incident a mental breakdown. Fans speculate that this could be an act of rebellion, or a result of postpartum depression. After all, Britney has given birth to 2 boys in less than 2 years. After the incident, the 27-year-old is committed to a mental health facility against her will. She's classified GD, greatly disabled. Basically, she's deemed unfit to take care of herself. And her father, Jamie Spears, is granted temporary conservatorship. Under this legal arrangement, her father has total control over everything she does, who she sees, where she goes, and what she does with the hundreds of millions of dollars she earns every year. But what was supposed to be a temporary conservatorship ends up lasting over a decade. Even if she wanted to contest it, with her father controlling her finances, she legally can't hire a lawyer to defend herself. She can't even seek a medical evaluation to reverse a conservatorship, because her father has sole control over her health care. He even arranges for 24-hour security outside her home. For her fans, it's really starting to sound like she's a prisoner in her own home.
Britney needs to know that she still has her fans.
And they aren't convinced that Jamie has her best interest at heart.
Leave Britney alone!
Britney Spears. Hope you're doing okay.
The only time Britney mentions the situation is in a 2008 MTV documentary promoting her circus tour.
If I wasn't under the restraints that I'm under right now, with all the lawyers and doctors and people analyzing me every day.
This might be one of the only times she openly expresses her desire for independence.
I feel so liberated and feel like myself.
In 2009, a Britney Spears fan site starts a campaign called Free Britney to bring attention to the situation and to call for an end to the conservatorship. In the years that follow, she releases several albums, performs a 4-year residency in Las Vegas, becomes a judge on The X Factor, and releases a very lucrative perfume line, making those in control of her life very, very rich. So many of her fans wondered, if she was deemed mentally fit to do all of that, why couldn't she make decisions for herself? The Free Britney movement takes a turn in January 2019 after she abruptly cancels her Las Vegas residency. Her fans become increasingly suspicious, and they believe that maybe her father is behind it all.
They're keeping her hostage, and it's no good for anybody.
Shortly after, a mysterious voicemail is released on a podcast from someone claiming to be a paralegal on the case and claiming that Britney has been confined in a mental health facility for months, involuntarily. And it all snowballs from there. Twitter threads, TikTok videos, podcasts, Instagram accounts, all dedicated to the Free Britney movement. They begin analyzing.
Now, all these woke people think they know what they're talking about. They think they know the situation more than the family. And maybe on the outside looking in, you have a lot of sympathy, right? But again, when this whole thing was going on, my mind kept jumping to, how crazy do you have to be to go under a conservatorship in the state of California? I just can't imagine that the state of California, a very liberal state, is dying to give a man, right, like all of the rights to a grown woman of what she does in her life. To me, I think that she was just insane.
Everything she posts online, looking for clues.
On Instagram, a user commented saying, "If you need help, post a picture of some flowers." 1 hour after that comment was made, she posted a picture with flowers.
Wait a minute.
What is she pointing to right there? On her hat? I zoomed in. And that literally says, help.
People are posting in the comments, they're saying, wear yellow in your next video and blink twice if you need help. So she does both in the next video.
The movement, which was once confined to a very small group of loyal fans, blows up. Even celebrities start publicly voicing their concern.
Free Britney. I am wearing this shirt because we all love her.
While many of these theories are unconfirmed, it is revealed that Britney had asked for her father to be removed as conservator. But the judge in charge of her case denies the request. In response, supporters of the Free Britney movement take to the street, protesting outside the courtroom. Even Britney's ex-husband, Jason Alexander, is there.
The reason I'm here is to show support for Britney, for one, and that I agree with a lot of the claims made by the movement.
In February 2021, a New York Times documentary sparked renewed interest in the movement as the legal fight over Britney Spears' conservatorship plays out in court.
Now, her parents respond to these claims.
I have offers to do interviews with Oprah and so many people, lots of money, but it's insane. I don't want any of it. I was told I was fat every day. I had to go to the gym. I couldn't even smoke cigarettes. People on death row can smoke cigarettes.
Britney released and quickly made private a dramatic 22-minute audio clip on YouTube. The 40-year-old singer lashed out at her family.
And might even spit in their faces.
And shared new allegations about her 13-year conservatorship.
I was just like a robot, honestly. I didn't give a anymore because I couldn't go where I wanted to go. I couldn't have the nannies that I wanted to have. I couldn't have cash.
Another surprise, Britney, who was placed on 2 brief psychiatric lockdowns in 2008, also claimed she was completely sober when she was first hospitalized.
I honestly, still to this day, don't know what really I did. I literally spoke in a British accent to a doctor to prescribe my medication, and 3 days later, there was a swap team in my home, 3 helicopters. There was no drugs in my system, no alcohol, nothing. It was pure abuse.
Britney's family has denied abuse, maintaining their only concern is Britney's well-being.
Britney's a sweetheart.
3 hours after Brit's audio post, her mom, Lynn, fired back, writing, "Your rejections to the countless times I have flown out and calls make me feel hopeless. I have tried everything." She went on to suggest that she and Brit discuss all this in private. So what's behind Britney's outpouring of emotion? Well,
so to me, again, the mom seems sane. I mean, they might have their personal family demons. Like I do think the dad maybe struggled with alcoholism, but they seem to want what's best for their daughter. From my perspective, I think she's just insane and they don't know how to help her. And the reason I think that is because of what happened after they lifted the conservatorship. All of, these people, these liberals, they get together and they say, Britney needs to be free. And, finally they rally the courts, they do this whole thing, and Britney is now free. And what is the first thing she does? She gets naked. Yup. After her dad was removed, Britney freed herself, literally. Does this look like a sane woman? That looks pretty insane to me. So, okay, she's free. Let's see what happens next. Then she gets married and quickly divorced and put on alimony. Do you think her dad would have maybe prevented that? Most recently, she decided that she identified as a 5-year-old. So really and truly, I think that her parents were trying to protect her. Maybe she went crazy because something's off in her head from birth, or maybe it was the young fame. It could have been either. Don't know how she got crazy or why. And all these liberals came in thinking they knew what they were talking about and the family dynamics. This was just an insane woman.
I don't know why the paparazzi have me going on a plane looking like I'm wearing a Jason mask. It doesn't even look like me. I don't know why I have a torch in my hand, honestly. I think my friend accidentally gave that to me. But anyways, it's my birthday. I'm not turning 42. I'm turning 5 this year. I'm turning 5 years old, and I have to go to kindergarten tomorrow. Baby strawberry, a very, very cute baby cake that my friend... It really kind of hurts my feelings that the paparazzi make my face look like I'm wearing like a white Jason mask. It doesn't even look like me. They've always been incredibly cruel to me. The paparazzi and pictures and the way they've illustrated me.
So what do I think actually happened? She was being protected from herself because clearly nobody in her personal life, they don't trust her with her children. And the second they let her do whatever she wanted, she's now identifying as a 5-year-old. getting naked online, getting married and divorced. And sometimes I think that's maybe the way that people felt about feminists, right? The feminists said, we want total freedom. We want to do exactly whatever we want. And now what we're seeing is the average woman being turned into Britney Spears. What happened when the feminists did not get the political party that they wanted?
Removed myself from Hinge, Bumble. Like, I didn't even think twice about it. There's no way I am letting any man near me.
For the next 4 years, I am going to abstain from schmex with men. And funny enough, I actually just broke up with my boyfriend.
So they start shaving their head. Remember, this was 10 years ago. This was front page news. She's going insane, or maybe 15 at this point. Now, your average woman is doing this. You know, she got naked online. What are we seeing with the ladies, with the average woman? So not only are they getting naked on Instagram, OnlyFans, yada, yada, we're also getting naked in public. And on top of that, you see Britney Spears going live and completely trashing her family. The Instagram story, trashing her sister in this, making fun of her little sister, Jamie Lynn.
Bathed her in the jungle, Lord. Oh. She said, bathe me, because I'm like stuck in the jungle and I miss my kids. Oh, cater to me, little.
Britney Spears shading her younger sister, Jamie Lynn.
I love and I support my sister in each and every way, and I'll continue to do that. I just think we're all in a process of healing.
The singer sharing this now deleted video on her IG story, driving up a mountain with her assistant and friends.
Beautiful people, what are we doing today?
We're going horse riding.
We're going horseback riding.
But at one point, Brit starts ranting about her younger sister and her time on the reality series, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
My sister did on a TV show, and they bathed her in the jungle, Lord.
I've been the one person in her life, and she can say this, I've never taken anything from her, you know. I've been the one person in her life who's always said, I just want to be your sister.
She said, bathe me, because I'm like stuck in the jungle and I miss my kids. Oh.
What does this remind me of? The women oversharing on TikTok. You know, people used to get paid millions of dollars to do tell-all. They used to have to be world superstars to get people taking pictures with them on the street. Now, the barrier to entry is nothing. And the average woman, an average woman gets on OnlyFans that makes $43 million. An average woman gets on TikTok and gets high-level men in their DMs or becomes famous and gets pictures taken everywhere. And the challenge is the 5 minutes of fame doesn't last forever. Everybody gets it. And so you're going to see more ladies acting as crazy as Britney Spears because that much attention just is not good for anyone. Yeah, and TikTok makes an even lower barrier to entry. You know, before you had to learn to edit videos to be a YouTuber. Now you can do it on your phone, TikTok. They said, Pearl, the average OnlyFans user makes less than a Chipotle employee. That's true. But again, the perception is that anybody can do it. And just because they don't make money doesn't mean they don't get some sort of notoriety or fame, even if it's just in their town, maybe it's just in their city, maybe it's just in a certain niche. But the problem is the barrier to entry is too low. We're getting younger and younger ladies getting an overload of attention and access to men out of their league, right? And you're going to see a future with more ladies going nuts like Britney Spears. Anyways, guys, like the video on your way out, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.